No matter how hard they try, disaster still looms at Fukushima. Attempts to cool the reactors have been applauded for bravery, but it's been a week since cooling capability was lost, and there's no end in sight to this crisis.
The implications are that radiation already has spread a fair distance. There probably will be an area around the plant like Chernobyl that will be uninhabitable for the foreseeable future, and it could get far worse than this.
The plant's cooling systems may have been crippled by a natural disaster, but some are now questioning the merits of the man-made decision to build reactors near the so-called Ring of Fire.
This is completely a human-made disaster because that plant should never have been located there in the first place, and citizens had pointed that out.
The fact Japan's nuclear industry is also in private hands has led to accusations profits were put before safety. Fukushima's owner already has a questionable past, with a history of falsifying safety records at the site back in the 80s.
I think we also have to review the idea of privatized nuclear power, because privatized nuclear power means cutting corners, and I think we're watching those corners being cut today.
What we'd like to see is the government take over these nuclear reactors from private corporations, because private corporations' main purpose for existing is to maximize profits. And by maximizing profits in the nuclear sector, we're talking about minimizing concerns for public health and safety.
And whilst private investors may be needed to get the ball rolling, it's the other way around if things go wrong.
I think it's going to be inevitable that the state will take over. In order to contain these plants, they'll probably need to be covered with concrete and sand, much like Chernobyl was, and I think the state will take over responsibility for that. I think whether the state does it or private companies do it, it's very difficult for anyone to do this job.
Japan's no stranger to nuclear tragedies. This is where the second atomic bomb was dropped in 1945. They're trying everything they can at Fukushima to avert another disaster, but Japan's nuclear watchdog is already expecting wider consequences. The question is, how many will be affected? Ivor Bennett, RT, Nagasaki.